All right. This is the floor frame. You can see on the floor here. There's 5 locating plates. All 5 pins are inserted into all 5 locating plates. It seats nice and tight against the floor. Next is the uprights, the stanchions. The front left and front right stanchion. There is a part marking. It's SBFLL and SBFLR for front right stanchion and front left stanchion. When you're putting these stanchions in, there's tabs. These particular tabs need to face inward. It helps when you're bringing the manger wall up. You just seat it on here. That way one person can do it. When you seat it on here, go ahead and pin it together, and I'll bring up the manger wall right now. This is the manger wall. Kind of a tidbit here. The angle iron, the stanchion seat against the angle right here, the angle iron. So you want to bring it in and seat it up on top of these tabs on the stanchions. Once it's rested, you want to use your locking pins. There are 6 locking pins that are pinned. 6 holes that are pinned into the manger wall. Once we pin the manger wall, we're going to start with the back right stanchions. There's 3 back stanchions. When we refer to back, the back is the back of the trailer where the garage door is opening, and the front is the front of the trailer where your hitch is at. Again, there's 3 back stanchions. There's a left, a middle, and a right. The distinction is there's tabs that kind of display. The back left stanchion and the back right stanchion, the tabs face in. This is to rest the breast bar. A good note is that the channels always face to the back of the trailer. Once you insert all your stanchions, you want to make sure they're locked in by the locking pins on the floor. The middle stanchion is pretty unique. It has 2 tabs on either side of the stanchion wall, just to hold again the breast plates, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Again, the channel faces toward the back. Okay, the next that we want to put together are the lower manger doors. There is a left and a right lower manger door. The left manger door is distinguished by these plates that hold your saddle racks. And you want to face them toward the front. Now you just slide them down on the hinges. Pull the latch back and release it in the opening. It's going to be a little loose right now, not until we get the trays in. Alright, next is the breastplates. These are or breast bars. These are their breast bars. They're universal. You just want to make sure the rivets are facing up. And the breast pad facing toward the chest of the horse. Again, these are going to take the locking pins, 4 locking pins. You want to make sure you lock it from the outside and not the inside. If you lock it from the inside, it'll obstruct the trays. Alright, now we put the trays in, both the left and the right. Then these are part marked. The part marking is not on these trays. So this is the right tray, I know just by visual reception, but they'll be part marked SB, I think it's R tray and SBL tray. The next part, we're gonna insert the upper manger doors. There are 3 of them. They're all universal. You can see that they all have two female hinges on one end and one on the other. It coincides with the pattern on the manger wall and the stanchions. the next thing we want to install are the dividers. The left divider, will have the pad facing inward, and the hinge, male hinges on the back side. You want to make sure it seats all the way up against the manger wall. You'll notice that the middle divider will have a the pads on both sides. Good indication. There's also a latch housing facing in towards the back. See them in your cleats. And push it into the channel. Now when you install your kit, you want to make sure your cleats are seated all the way forward, or I'm sorry, back in the keyholes. Again. Seated all the way back. Check for both of these, they're seated all the way back. You can pin these at any time. There are two different pins, push pins. There's a 2-inch pin and there's a 2.5-inch pin. The 2.5-inch pin we want to use to lock in the dividers to the floor. After we have the dividers in, we want to make sure the divider braces are on. They sit right on top, in between your channels here, and you want to push it all the way up against the stanchions and lock them in. The upper tabs here are locked in with the 2.5-inch pins. And the front of the dividers and the manger tray are locked in with 2-inch pins. I'll put the last 2 braces on. These braces are universal. You can use them on any of the 3 dividers. Again, the 2.5-inch pin is to lock it down up front. And there's also a locking pin for each of the 3 dividers that you use to lock the back side down. And lastly, we have the back doors. The back doors are, the latches face out or toward the back. What you want to do when you're installing these, make sure your safety pin is pulled, and you can rest them on the hinges here. Once they're rested on the hinges, make sure you insert your 2-inch safety pin. This pin helps to keep the doors from popping off the hinges. Lock your doors in place, and you're all set.